At the very least, we get the ball up pitch, provided we can get the throw off, which we do. And it's a good catch.
How did you make that?
He's gonna try to screen out. Screen out the 20. Screen out the Whitey Beavers. Oh no! Does he have an apothecary? I don't think he has one. He's gonna spend it, and he's still dead. Oh my god! Oh no! Deccan's stare bag is dead! Dead! It's another cake! Oh my goodness! What is happening? See if he can get away. He cannot. He's gonna have to do this. Oh. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Week 3 rounds up tonight here in the Mid-Atlantic Mauling League Batter Bowl. Two great coaches are up. We have It's All Ball Bearings versus the Wäng Hängërz. The Wäng Hängërz currently in 3rd place. It's All Ball Bearings currently in 4th place. The Wäng Hängërz coached by El Nubarino. It's All Ball Bearings coached by Malik. If either team picks up a win tonight, they will be the sole first place team going into week 4. This match is the first match in a doubleheader tonight. This first one's going to be a replay match. As such, we'll go over the teams, but we will not look at their lineups so that we don't spoil anything for ourselves. And then after that match at 8 o'clock tonight, we'll have the final game of the week. That will be Vector Victor versus News Team 6. That will be a live match, so we'll watch that as they play. But let's talk about these two teams for a little bit. It's All Ball Bearings, coached by Malik. This is the strongest team in this competition. He has 4 guys of strength 5, and he has that vampire. The vampire with a strength of 4. The vampire is backed up by a handful of thralls. He does have a thrower on the team. The thrower hasn't been terribly effective. We'll see if he's done anything with the thrower tonight. I don't actually know if the thrower is leveled up or not. I don't know if he's kitted him out. Or if he just has a plan for the thrower. The rest of the team is filled out with basically linemen. I think he has a ghoul and a zombie. But the focus of this team are those 4 big guys, those 4 5 strength fellas, 2 mummies and 2 tomb guardians. We've seen him on offense before, just cage up with those big guys. He's got the vampire as well with the strength of 4. I imagine he is going to want to leverage that strength tonight to just plow down the pitch. The negative side of this is that cage is not terribly fast, so he's got to move every single turn to slowly plod down the pitch, to take those hits, to just mow through the defensive line. Can he do that? I don't know. Let's talk about the Wäng Hängërz. The Wäng Hängërz, they've got a little bit of strength on their lineup as well. They've got 2 black orcs. They have a minotaur. That's a key player we'll talk about in a second. A whole bunch of dwarves and a couple of orcs. That minotaur. That minotaur is a monster. He's got horns. He has mighty blow. He has frenzy. Key use of that minotaur could see the Wäng Hängërz come out on top tonight. With a strength of 5 and frenzy, you're almost always getting 2 die blocks on your frenzy throws. And if you're doing that in a wide zone, you could very well be surfing players. If you surf a high dollar player in this game, that's going to be a big deal. The Chaos Dwarf blockers, the Orcs, nothing really to write home about. Decent stat line, but they all have block, which is very, very good. Clypheus praised enough. Well, thank you, Clypheus. We'll see if the teams need it tonight. There is a Skaven gutter runner on the pitch. El Nubarino coached a Skaven team in Season 1, and we see Ol Rat Bastard. He's here to play tonight. Skaven gutter runners, of course, the fastest players in the game of Blood Bowl with an MA of 9. They have dodge. Usually the first pickup you'll get after that is block, unless you want to specialize them. They have a fantastic AG of 4 as well. A little brittle with an AV of 7. Speaking of AV7, there are 3 goblins on this team, one of which is a secret weapon, the Goblin Looney, Walter. He is sporting a chainsaw. SP Beaver says Rat Bastard is a real rat bastard. He is indeed. The chainsaw is a straight armor roll. When you make it, if you roll a 1 on the chainsaw roll, it kicks back and hits you, but otherwise you're getting +3 to your armor roll or +3 to your foul. It is vicious, but it is a secret weapon, which means it's only going to be on the pitch for a single drive tonight. El Nubarino, I believe, has been taking it on drive number 1 in each game. We'll see if he continues that tonight. And the other 2 goblins, also squishy with an AV of 7, but they are stunty and have dodge. That is something to really be careful for. A lot of players really neglect that with those players. They think they're just trash cheap players. But if you can get 3/4 of the way down the pitch and you get the ball into the hands of a goblin, he's going to run right through that defensive line and score a TD. They have an MA of 6. That means they just have to be 8 spaces away to score, and they don't care what your line looks like unless you go 2 or 3 deep. 2 black orcs with a strength of 4 and that minotaur with a strength of 5. That's where all the strength lies. The weakness on this team is in the AG. Not a whole lot of AG. A lot of players with an AG of 2. And then, of course, the 4 players we just talked about, the gutter runner and the 3 goblins with an AV of 7. What is El Nubarino going to do in defense? I think he's going to play a fairly human, or maybe even a bit of a dwarvish game here on offense. He's going to want to cage up. Unlike It's All Ball Bearings, he's not going to want to smash down the field. SPB redeemed demand death. I think we're going to see it tonight. Thank you very much. He's not going to want to smash down field. He's going to want to open up holes. He's going to want to leverage that Minotaur to open up those holes to move his cage down. So I think the focus on offense for the Wäng Hängërz is going to be key marks, opening up holes in the defensive line, and then shuttling that cage down there. On defense, I think they want to screen out It's All Ball Bearings. I don't think they want to go toe-to-toe with them. I think they want to just not take hits, force them to 1 movement a turn. It's All Ball Bearings is already very slow. If you can slow them down just for a handful of turns, you may very well have prevented them from scoring on their half. I think It's All Ball Bearings wants to mark those AV7 players and take those off the pitch ASAP. And I think they want to leverage the AG2 on the Wäng Hängërz. Just a tie-up will force... He might eat dice coming back, but even just a tie-up means those players will not be going anywhere, not with an AG of 2. So Clifey says they normally move faster than 1 a turn. They could, but you want to make sure they don't. So yeah, very interesting game tonight. I imagine there'll be lots of death and murder, or maybe I hope there will be. But we'll see. We're about to get this game started. We're going to blank out the screen. I'm going to memorize some clicks so that I don't spoil this for myself. So let's get this replay match underway here. Oh, I think I've forgotten. Hold on. All right, I think we're good. Here we go. Clypheus says, I hope there will be. We shall see. Me too. Playing at the banana hammock. The Wäng Hängërz, the home team here. You can see those Chaos Dwarves. They all have a strength of 3. They have an AV of 9. They're very resilient. They have tackle. They have block. There's that Minotaur. Doesn't even fit on the screen. Hank the Ranger says, so Ava, you don't know the results of the replay games when you call them? I do not. Malik with its all ball bearings. There's one of those big guys. There's the werewolf. He has a strength of 4 and an AG of 4. Second mummy. And then there's the 2 tomb guardians. We'll see who wins the coin toss. And it looks like the Wäng Hängërz are going to set up on defense. Wäng Hängërz with 2 MA, they won the fame. They have a fame advantage of +1. Malik coming in with just the 1 TRR. Cleffy says none of his players are technically big guys, though. Yeah, that's true. They are not. They're just big fellas. Tall boys. Wow, El Nubarino with a 13-man lineup, just in case he loses a goblin or two. 3-man line for El Nubarino to start on defense here. Looks like Malik's going to go with a, wow, 4-man line strong on the left. Does anybody have a kicker? Let's see. Doesn't look like anybody has a kicker. Oh, no. The thrower. So this is what we were mentioning before. The thrower, it looks like the thrower leveled up to level 2, and as a kicker, man, if you're going to do anything with a thrower, making him a kicker, I think is a smart bet. High kick, the Wäng Hängërz get to move to where the ball will be? I thought the Wäng Hängërz were on defense. Oh, yeah. They won the kickoff event. Turn 1 now for its all ball bearings. They're going to take a 3-die block on the left-hand side of the line. Good hit. Clypheus says only a goblin or 2. That's it. Nuffle will be displeased with such a travesty. 2-die block on the center defensive tackle is going to be a push. Decent stun there on the left-hand side of the line. I don't think it'll be too impactful, but not bad. Malik pulling players off the line. You can see he wants to get this cage going. He took the blocks with the other 2 tall boys, so they're going to stay in place on the line. He'll close up this cage with the vampire in the back corner. Remember, the vampire has bloodlust, so whenever he moves, he has to roll a d6. You can see the roll down here. On a 1, he has to feed on a thrall, so he has to end his movement next to a thrall. He'll feed on the thrall, and then the thrall, of course, could take a casualty. If he can't do that, he will fly off this pitch and feed on someone in the stands, and he'll be out for the drive. Blitz with the Minotaur. Here we go. 2-die blitz with horns. He's going to get a follow-up here on the push. And this time he gets a good knockdown. Trying to take this AV7 thrall off the pitch. Doesn't do it. Good hit regardless. The vampire's in a precarious situation. He doesn't have a whole lot of thralls to get to. This one's... oh, that's a zombie. This one over here is tied up and not in a great position. So he really has to be careful with moving this vampire. El Nubarino for turn 2. I think if Malik wants to move forward and tie up El Nubarino might not even want to take any blocks coming back. He might just want to stay here and force Malik to spend another turn blocking them down. 2-die block against the Minotaur is going to be a clean hit. 2-die blitz, rather. Doesn't knock out that Minotaur. It has a decent AV of 8. Past the bloodlust roll just barely. There's the cage up at center pitch. 2-die block on the left-hand side. That's gonna fail due to the block skill on the Kastorf blocker. Malik's not going to spend the TRR. I think that's a fine decision. And now turn 2 for the Wäng Hängërz. Werewolf didn't get a chance to act. Here comes the 2-die block by the Black Orc. Black Orc, Brad Pitt, the Black Orc, with a strength of 4, gets a KO. Well done. Wow, that is a critical KO. Malik does not want those players off the pitch. 2-die block coming up against the Ghoul. Clean hit. Only has an AV of 7. SB Beaver cheering for the defense. Excellent stun against Limb Ripper. Thanks for the bits, SB Beaver. 2-die block on the right-hand side. Passes. The Minotaur here just tried to stand up. So his negative trait is he has Wild Animal. If he tries to do anything other than block or blitz, it's a 50-50 roll before he can even do it. He failed his roll, so his turn is over. He's also a loner. If he ever wants to re-roll, he has to spend, he has to make a loner roll. It's a 50-50. If he fails, the TRR still gets spent, but he doesn't actually get to use it. Wäng Hängërz shifting to the left just a bit. That loss of a Tomb Guardian was big, a big blow against its all ball bearings. Turn 3 now. They may have to rethink their offense here. Mummy's coming in to blitz. Clean hit against the Black Orc. Black Orcs have a strength of 2. This will be great if you can get him off the pitch. Doesn't happen. Clifey says that's a good KO. That is a good KO. 2-die block against the number 4 Kastorf blocker right at center pitch. Going to result in a push. Here's the handoff to the Vampire. YOLO Vampire movement into the cage. Oh no, he's got a thrall in the cage. That's good. That's good. Good play. Werewolf's going to barrel down pitch. He has claws and frenzy. This whole team for its all ball bearings is just it's clumping together. Failed the GFI. It's not going to spend the TRR. Turn 3 back to its all ball bearings. Clifey has asked who's going to score the TD now without the Tomb Guardian to carry the ball. Blitz with the Minotaur. Stand up blitz. Clean hit. Takes out that thrall. Vampire in a little bit of trouble now. Oh, and that is a fantastic stun. That thrall's going to be out for a turn. If that Vampire wants to move forward, he is just playing a game of craps. Wäng Hängërz tying up on the front of the cage. They're going to take a 2-die clean hit on the Throa. Not going to take him off the pitch. Throa's also the the kicker, and now a foul being taken on the Ghoul. There's a +3 to this foul because it's a chainsaw. Gets a stun. He was looking for a little more. He doesn't get called off the pitch. Whenever you foul, if you roll doubles, then the ref has spotted your foul. He will call you off the pitch. You're out of the game. Mummy pushes the Minotaur off the cage. Good block on the Black Orc on the right-hand side of the cage. Trying to open up some movement options. Thrall moves towards the Vampire, but the Vampire is going to shift to the right and hand off to the Werewolf. Good handoff. 2 GFIs will score. Is he going to try it? He's got it. 1-0. It's all ball bearings. Scores. Well done. Great score by It's All Ball Bearings, and they're going to have an opportunity to get their Tomb Guardian back, but they don't. And that is the secret weapon getting called off. I think that's a really good play by Malik. Scored early, got that chainsaw off the pitch, and now he's going to get it even gave him an opportunity to get back his Strength 3 Tomb Guardian. Didn't work out in this case, but that's all right. He's now going to be on defense. And I think he's a little less hindered by losing that Tomb Guardian on defense than he was on offense. The Wäng Hängërz now setting up their offense. They're up against a 3-man line, strength 5 all the way across the board. Wäng Hängërz going with a 3-man line themselves. Looks like they won't take the blocks. He could try it if he wants to blitz with the Minotaur. Here's that kicker in play. Quick snap, the Wäng Hängërz get to move one adjacent square. We'll see if they do. Very good kick by its all ball bearings. You can see El Numerino had to put 2 back to receive because they don't have a kickoff return player. And having a kicker on the side of its all ball bearings gives him a lot of accuracy with this kick. He can basically remove a turn from the Wäng Hängërz if he wanted to, unless the Wäng Hängërz leave 2 men back to receive like they did. Goblin moves forward toward the ball. 2-die block on the right-hand side is going to result in a push. And now to the left-hand side of the line, the left wide zone. Black Orc ties up the Vampire to get the 2-die block. Frenzy follow-up. This will be a good hit. Wow! Another KO of a key player. And now it's all ball bearings hurting quite a bit here. 2 of their key players off the pitch. Thankfully, they've only been KO'd. There's a chance they'll come back in a future drive. But they've got to reevaluate their position here. SP Beaver says KOs won't cut it for Nuffle. This is good play by El Numerino here. He's going to take this Thrall off the pitch. This Thrall, in case he had any inkling of dodging, he can't now. Everything's minus, and it's 2 dodges to get away. Taking the blitz on the Minotaur. 1-die blitz. Works out through the block skill. That's a good KO against Marcellus Wallace. And final movement with the blitzer. Remember, when you blitz, it's basically a block and a movement all in one. Your block costs 1 of your movement points. But when you're finished, you can continue. When you're finished your block, you can continue your movement. A lot of new coaches, will often forget that. It's an easy rule to forget. But you can see here that Malik did not forget, and he shuffled that werewolf over to the left-hand side of the pitch after the block. It's going to take that 1-die block against the number 1 blitzer. This is going to be a good hit. And he follows up to get a free movement out of the tackle zone of this strength 4 Black Orc. 2 good stuns. Blitz still on, well, not anymore. 2-die blitz against the Mummy. Trying to take this AV9 player off the pitch. It's not gonna happen. This is the start of the second quarter for the Wäng Hängërz. You can see they have the ball in the hands of Old Rat Bastard, the Gutter Runner. He has an MA of 9. That means he moves a maximum of 11 spaces a turn with those 2 GFIs. He's got an AG of 4, which is stellar, and of course the dodge skill. 1-die block at center pitch is going to work out due to the block skill. That's it. Turn 6, it's all ball bearings. 3 turns left to try to stop this score. Their defensive line is in shambles. It's going to be really tough to get in front of this ball. Here comes the blitz with the werewolf. 2-die blitz against Chaosdwarf blocker is going to result in a push. Frenzy follow-up. Oh. Both standing. So right here, if it's all ball bearings instead pushed here, then the frenzy follow-up could have resulted in a surf. Instead, by pushing here, if you have a choice to go out of bounds or inbounds, you must stay inbounds. So the follow-up push here would have to go here. Two-die black screen? There we go. Two-die block against the Goblin doesn't work out. One Thrall is going to move back and try to get in front of this this faux cage. Two-die block on the right-hand side of the line against the Black Orc. This is going to work out. Man, it's such a high armor value to try to crack. Good stun, however. Two-die block back at center pitch. This is going to be a push. He was looking for a little more. This is moving that Tomb Guardian a little further out of position. I don't know if I would have followed up. Turn 6 back to the Wäng Hängërz. Two-die block against the Werewolf will be a push. It's going to push him in so that another block can be taken on the Werewolf, but not before a one-die block taken on the Thrall. Interesting choice. Minotaur stands up, passes his wild animal roll. He will tie up the Thrall. This is good positioning. Dead Freddy says Tomb Guardian is moving down the field for a later reception. This is good positioning by the Minotaur. We've talked about this in earlier games, but El Numerino moved this Minotaur to be between where this potential receiver is and where he wants to go. So if he wants to move forward, if he were to move forward straight, that would be 1, 2, 3 dodges to do it. Of course, he can move left, but you're forcing his position. So basically, you're eliminating movement options. It's much like in a fighting game, where if you back somebody into a corner, they've lost movement options, and so you're at an advantage. Gutter Runner coast. Wow! Takes the dodge. So the Gutter Runner had to dodge. All of these tackle zones are all tied up. Dodge to get past these two players. He has an AG of 4 plus the dodge skill. It makes it not terribly risky, and now he's well into scoring position. Not only is he well into scoring position, but if he stays safe, the Wäng Hängërz can probably stall until turn 8 to score. Two-die block on the left-hand side of the line. The TRR has to be spent. It's going to be a push result. Clifey says, absolutely. That's a critical play in, quote, the new Blood Bowl we've been seeing lately. A whole new meta where players with no AG are used to move the ball to free up high IG players to run down the pitch for exercise. SP Beaver says he's a bit exposed there. A little bit, he is. And here it's going to come that blitz. Two-die blitz. He's going to spend the TRR. I might have taken the knockdown, but he said, no, sir. This isn't going to do much. He's got to get somebody on that ball. Two-die block. Results in a turnover. The Wäng Hängërz are going to take this block with the Minotaur. Dead Freddy says the Minotaur can score. Good hit. Can he take a ghoul off the pitch? He cannot. The Gutter Runner just needs to stand up and pick up this ball to score. And that's going to do it. 1-1 here with 1 turn remaining in the first half. Well done by El Numerino and the Wäng Hängërz. With just 1 turn left, it is most likely, the first half is most likely going to end. Wow, there we go. It's All Barbarians gets back their 2 key players. That Werewolf and that Tomb Guardian. They're back in business. Both Clypheus and SP Beaver comment on the high scoring. Yeah, this... Man, I don't even know what to expect with these mixed teams. Look at this line. A 6-man line up against this three-man Kastorf blocker line on the defense. Wow. Oh, wow. Another riot. No longer the final turn of the game. It's now back to turn 7. 2-die block on the left-hand side of the line. This entire defensive line is going to get blocked down. Center defensive tackle takes a push. Does he follow up or not? He does not. Dead Freddy's open for a 2-2 tie at the half. Who knows what we can see? Whole defensive line gets blocked down. 2 of them pushed. It looks like It's All Barbarians is going to cage up well behind the center line. Good pickup by the werewolf. He has an AG of 4. It means a pickup's a 3+. GFI with the Thrall. But the Thrall is nowhere near the Vampire. 2-die block here at center pit, or 2-die blitz. Wants to try to take out a Chaos Dwarf. They're pretty resilient. They have an AV of 9. You can get the knockdown, but it's hard to take them off the pitch. They're very slow, however. A stand-up costs you 3 MA. So with a 4 MA player, all they can really do is move 1 space. Failed Wild Animal on the right-hand side. TRR most certainly will not be spent due to the loner skill. And now the Wäng Hängërz. They're going to blitz the Vampire. They're only going to get a push. And they do not follow up. They say no, thank you. Wäng Hängërz giving up this left wide zone a little bit because there's really no way It's All Barbarians can cruise down that in 1 turn. Final turn for It's All Barbarians. They're just looking for some hits. Looking for some casualties. Only move the Vampire 1 space back. I might have just saved him at this point. I might have ran him away. Cages up with the werewolf at center pitch. Doesn't look like he's going to go for any additional SPP. If you're new to Blood Bowl, SPP stand for Star Player Points. They're basically the experience points of players. There's various ways to earn them. You can earn them for scoring a touchdown. You can earn them for throwing what is a completed pass. You can earn them for causing casualties on your opponents. You can also earn them for being the MVP of the game. 3-die block against this poor old zombie Edmund Hades. Edmund Hades. Blitz coming up on the Thrall. This is how I think the blocks should be used. Yeah, there's good KO. Going after those low AV players, it gives you, it's so much more likely to take players off the pitch. There is a raft of difference between AV7 and AV8. Good play by El Nubarino. 2-die block back at center pitch is going to result in a push. Yeah, it looks like that'll be it. 1-1 at the half. The Wäng Hängërz are going to be on offense starting the second half here. Nobody comes back onto the pitch. I think we're 11v10? Let's see. Nope, it's 11v11. SP Viewer says, yes, there is a raft of difference between AV7 and AV8. There really is. If you think of a die roll, a lot of people like to think that another riot. Man, the crowd is restless this time. When you get a riot at the end of the half, you gain a turn, but a riot at the beginning of a half will lose a turn. So it's going to be a 7-turn half unless we see another riot. So instead of starting on turn 9, we're going to start on turn 10. If you think of die rolls, a lot of players, especially who are new to tabletop games, think of them as linear. They think you have an equal chance of getting a 2 as you do a 3, as you do a 4, as you do a 5, and that's just not true. There are many, many more ways to roll a 7 than there are an 8. There are many more ways to roll an 8 than there are a 2. Frenzy follow-up. Good knockdown. This is against the zombie? Is this Edmund Hades? Nope. Thrall. Trying to remove some movement options from the vampire. Wäng Hängërz move down the left wide zone. Failed pickup by the gutter runner. You don't see that every day. Has to spend the TRR. 1 TRR apiece now. Gutter runner's going to cage up here. Turn 10 for its all ball bearings. Has to spend their TRR on the failed block. No TRRs for the rest of the half. Action order is very important now. You don't have a reroll left at all. You only get 1 TRR a turn, and once you're out of TRRs, you have none left for the half. So you really want to do your actions where you want, you want to do your most risky actions last, because once you fail an action, with rare exceptions, that's the end of your turn. Good block by the vampire. He moves forward to be next to the thrall. He'll tie up the black orc. Brad Pitt, the famous black orc. Clifey says, it's a short half. I'm sure having no TRRs won't matter. That fast werewolf with an MA of 8. He gets behind the cage. I don't know what the plan is here. He wants to put some pressure on the cage. But if El Nubarino can just get a key block here or two, and he can move this cage down this left wide zone, no problem. Looks like he's going to try to do just that. Good block against the vampire. Doesn't take him off the pitch. Blitz on the zombie. Edmund Hades. Good blitz, moves the blitzer forward. And there's that hole that we just talked about. SP Beaver's praying to Nuffle. Thank you, SP Beaver. Why have TRRs when you can just pray to Nuffle? Indeed. In fact, in the BB 2020 rules, there's a whole mechanic for praying to Nuffle. Good block by the Black Orc. Remember, those Black Orcs have a strength of 4. Dodge, blitz on the gutter runner. 2 die blitz is going to result in a push. He's going to follow up. He is going to be in a world of hurt next turn. Desperate try to get the ball back. Didn't work out. Two die block at center pitch. This is going to be a good hit. Push result. Doesn't push him to the side if he and that may be a strategic call, but if he wanted to push him here, he could have followed up. Well, he didn't even need to follow up, but he could have pushed him here and taken another block with his Tomb Guardian, but maybe he wants to free up the Tomb Guardian to move back towards the ball carrier. And yes, that's exactly what he wanted to do. Fair play. SP Beaver says he can dodge out. He's a shifty rat. Yes, he can. So we talked about this in the first half. So Malik is trying to get tackle zones on this ball carrier that's going to force the dodge, which is good. But right now, this is a... well, it's not a positive dodge, but it will be once this Minotaur murders this vampire. But once this vampire is out of play, this gutter runner is going to get a positive dodge out this way, meaning... so the way dodges work, again, if you're new to Blood Bowl, dodging out of a tackle zone will trigger a dodge, and then you get +1 for dodge. It's an AG roll with a +1 for dodging, and then a -1 for each tackle zone on the space you're dodging into. So in this case, it's a dodge out here, but he's not dodging into any tackle zones once this guy's out. So that's going to be over here once this guy's out. So that's going to be a positive dodge. Nope. over here once this guy's out. Once the vampire's gone, he's going to dodge out for a free dodge. He has an AG of 9, so he can just run down this field unfettered. SPV says, what do you have to roll to be successful in a dodge? You just have to pass an AG roll. So in the case of the Gutter Runner, it's an AG of 4, which is a 3+, +1 for dodging, -1 for every tackle zone. Was that a failed GFI? Nope, failed dodge. Oh no, the wild animal roll fails. That's unfortunate. Where's El Nubarino going to take this blitz? El Nubarino taking his safest actions first. Nope, he's just going to dodge. Dodge to score. 2-1. Well done. Skaven Gutter Runners with an AG of 4 and an MA of 9. Once they get past your line, they are scary. Nobody comes back on the pitch for It's All Ball Bearings. But It's All Ball Bearings has plenty of time here to try to tie this ball game up. SP Beaver says someone needs to set out traps. At least there's only one, right? Man, imagine if there were 2 Gutter Runners. Oh, he leveled up too. Yikes. This 3-man line, this time El Nubarino is going too deep at center pitch. It's All Ball Bearings deciding to put 5 men on the line. Man, I don't know. I might reconsider. I might put some sacrifices up on the line. Maybe even just leave one side open to give my big guy, my tall boys, an opportunity to move down pitch. This is just going to be a slugging match, and I don't know if it's going to help move the ball at all. Five-man line for It's All Ball Bearings. No kicker for the Wäng Hängërz. Brilliant coaching, and they get an extra team reroll. It's All Ball Bearings not looking for that result. No TRRs for It's All Ball Bearings. 2 now for the Wäng Hängërz. 2-die block in this left wide zone. It's going to be a push to a frenzy follow-up. So you can see, again, he's pushing them this way, which does open up space here, but doesn't help with the surf. 2-die block on the left-hand side of the line. Not gonna work out due to that block skill. If you have the block skill, you do not get knocked down on a both down result. Unfortunate turn for It's All Ball Bearings. They have no options. They have no more TRRs. 2-die block with the Minotaur against the Ghoul. The Ghoul's gonna stay alive. He does get stunned. This Gutter Runner is going to try to collapse down on this ball. It's All Ball Bearings. Man, I don't know what they do at this point. They might need to consider a punt. Going so hard in with this werewolf made him a target. And he got KO'd for his trouble. Werewolf's going to be off the pitch. Player advantage to the Wäng Hängërz. Blitz is gone, so this Thrall is thankfully spared. 1-die block at center pitch. Looks like that'll be it. Yeah, turn 13 for It's All Ball Bearings. And this was something we talked about too at the beginning of the match. You notice how he's fine with this tie-up. He doesn't have to block back. Obviously, it's an uphill block if he does so, but he's keeping these players locked in place. If Malik wants to move one of these players, he's going to have to dedicate one to the block so he stays put, and the other one will get to move. But not in this case because of the because of this Chaos Dwarf blocker here. There's the ball pick up, but failed GFI. He desperately wanted to cage up at center pitch, but now the Wäng Hängërz have an opportunity to grab this ball and steal it away. Two-die block on the right-hand side of the pitch is going to be a good hit. Thrall's going to stay alive. SP Beaver lowers the GFI failure rate from 900% to just 99%. Too little, too late. Good blitz by the Minotaur. And now they're going to collapse on this ball. They're going to get a lot of tackle zones on this ball. Two-die block. It's going to be a push against the zombie, but I don't think the Wäng Hängërz care too much because they get another block out of it. Goblin moves back towards the ball. One-die block against the mummy. This will be a push. Probably see a two-die block coming up against this Thrall as well. Failed pickup by the gutter runner. Spends the TRR. Failed pickup. Failed pickup again by the gutter runner of all people. And the AG2 Black Orc picks it up. George Clooney. Wow, what is even happening right now? George Clooney's gonna run down the pitch. 2 turns left, he can do it with no GFIs. Hank the Ranger says that was El Nubarino's plan all along. One-die block against the mummy's gonna be a push result. Gutter runner moves back to defend the Black Orc against these down players here. Chaos Dwarf blocker moving back to defend as well. It's all ball bearings. It's going to have a real tough time getting this ball back. There's that two-die block against the Thrall. Doesn't get anything out of it. Failed wild animal roll. Yeah, that's that stunty skill to the foul by the Goblin. Didn't get anything out of that, but well done. Stunty, man, you can just dodge through enemy players for days. Good block by the mummy. Really not a whole lot to do here for It's All Ball Bearings. They could try to YOLO go after this ball, take an uphill block, see what happens, but I don't think... I think this is it. They're going to lose at least 2-1, possibly 3-1. Is anybody in scoring position? Nobody's in scoring position. Two-die block. It's going to be a good block against the... I thought it was a Black Orc blocker, but it wasn't. It was a Chaos Dwarf blocker. Good dodge by the Vampire. Vampire tries to hypnotic gaze. The Black Orc tries to put him into a trance. That was a 5+ attempt. It failed. Throw it coming back for the uphill block. He gets a push out of it. He pushes him forward. Two-die block on the throw. That's going to be a chain push here. That throw is about to get murdered. Two-die block on the Vampire. We're going to see a frenzy follow-up with another chain push. And this time the Vampire's going down. Throa gets spared by getting pushed off to the sideline. 3-1 is the score. No way to come back for It's All Ball Bearings. I don't even know how many turns are left. one turn, maybe a half turn's left. Hey, it's all Barbarian gets back there. They're knocked out players. Hängërz says 1/2 a turn unless there is a riot. Final turn of the ball game here. It's all Barbarians can get some vengeance hits in. Unless, as Hank the Ranger mentioned, there is a riot. Werewolf has an MA of 8. He could do it. El Nubarino saving his entire team. He has to put 3 on the line, and that is all he has to do. I would have put everybody on the end zone. A rock was thrown at the thrower. He's knocked out. 2-9 block and center pitch is going to be a push result. 2-9 block on the right hand side, the right defensive tackle. This is going to be a knockdown. Trying to get some injuries. Might as well foul while you're at it. Still nothing. Has a blitz. Oh, he's going to pick up the ball. He's going to go for some SPP here with a quick pass. Failed the quick pass. Didn't take the blitz. Didn't take the foul. That's going to be the game. 3-1 is the final score. And the Wäng Hängërz are going to move into first place. Well done. Hank the Ranger says those dwarves are tough. They are indeed. Wäng Hängërz dominating ball possession here. 102 yards running versus 76 yards running by its all ball bearings. Not too bad. Both teams taking an ample amount of hits, but the Wäng Hängërz are the ones that inflicted the most KOs, and they inflicted them on key targets. Clivey says my dwarf was made of paper compared to these dwarves. Not a whole lot of SPP in this game. 12 for the Wäng Hängërz, 8 for its all ball bearings. Die rolls very quickly, see if there's any anomalous die rolls here. All the die rolls looking pretty even. So that's gonna do it. Whoa! That's gonna do it. This final game is gonna be coming up tonight at 8:00 p.m. It's News Team 6 at Vector Victor. The stream will start at 7:35, so it'll start in 20 minutes or so. And then we'll get started. It'll be a live game, so it will be... I've already forgotten their names. I've forgotten their coach names. I know their real names, but I'm not going to use those on stream. It's Vector Victor, it's Hoggle's News Team 6, and Vector Victor. They'll be up to close out week 3. Again, we can take a look at the standings really quick here. So the Wäng Hängërz are going to advance up into first place. Its all ball bearings are going to sit tight in 4th. But all that can change here with this game coming up between Vector Victor and News Team 6. This is the halfway point of the Swiss rounds. After this game tonight, there will be 3 weeks left, and then the top 4 will make the cut to single elimination to figure out who will be this year's Batter Bowl champion. So we'll be back in about 20 minutes for that live match. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll see you in a few.